So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7, with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on the smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
Go to Antique Obsessions for the hottest in jewelry, antiques, repurposed, solid sterling silver, one-of-a-kind, handmade by Bruce and Jaja. Go to our Facebook, which is Antique Obsessions, or you can go to Etsy.com and go to Antique Obsessions, one word, or type it into your Google and find us there. Thanks.
Tribal, primitive, rustic, Burning Man, punk rock, conceptual subculture for the edgiest, most cutting-edge designs of jewelry today. Go to Etsy.com/shop/conceptual subculture, or one word, either by going to Google or search Etsy, ETSY.com, and type in one word, conceptual subculture. You will find the hottest designs using natural stones with wire wrap rings, rough, raw, genuine, semi-precious gemstone jewelry, solid sterling silver, copper, leather, organite, bracelets, pendants, chokers, men's copper cups with sterling accents, eco-friendly, repurposed, original, one-of-a-kind design earrings. Support MBN by going to Conceptual Subculture on Etsy.
Warning, everything I say is fucking crazy and should not be reinterpreted or reenacted because you will be either shot or NDAA'd. Warning.
The government rigged the World Series so Houston would win because of Harvey. So the World Series was an inside job. You want the inside baseball about the World Series? It was rigged to help Houston, the people floating upside down dead in friggin' rivers of death. Forget about Harvey for a second. So the Dodgers, they let down the fans. You let down Fernando. You let down Sandy. You let down Vin. Talk about Dodger Blue. The Dodgers let the biggest gang in LA win last night. That's the Hoovers. Bet you didn't know that. The Houston Hoovers. Yeah, they were stealing signals. They were stealing more than just the World Series. They stole everything, folks. But the Dodgers won the popular vote, right? Now, I should have listened to my dead grandmother when she told me at a Dodgers game that it was all rigged. But, you know, she's laughing at me from hell right about now.
So depressed. I don't know what to do. Hey, go for it, man. It's easy for you to say you got the promotion. Look, it'll come, all right? Just don't worry about it.
The feeling is definitely there. It's a new morning in America. Fresh, vital. The old cynicism is gone. We have faith in our leaders. We're optimistic.
Ladies and gentlemen, I should have listened to my dead grandma from hell. I shouldn't have laughed at Charlie Sheen when his stupid Indians lost last year. It was bad karma. You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show. And yeah, I'm butthurt because I'm butthurt because the Dodgers lost. But you know what? Still, a lot of people are acting like, they got swept or they got totally trounced or knocked out. It went like 7 games. It went all 7 games. It was literally like a boxing match that went all freaking 15 rounds, all 12 rounds, and they went to the scorecards. And I don't know why they started Darvish. I mean, no wonder that guy, Yuri Gurriel, was like pulling at his eyelids, making fun of him, saying, "Oh, look, this Asian guy can't strike me out. How's it going to see home plate with eyes like that?" Why'd they start him? I can't understand why they didn't start Kershaw instead. But that's the inside baseball on that. Look, the Astros are cheaters. The Astros were stealing signs. Okay, they had like Springer or Altuve, the midget, stealing signs. Okay, they knew when they were going to throw the fastball, but still, it's inexcusable. I mean, Darvish, at least he apologized to the fans. But look, the LAPD, they just wanted the other gang to win. Because LA is known for like drive-bys, right? But the Dodgers, they got lit up. They got freaking shot up. They got drive-by. Okay, and they let the Hoovers win. I bet you didn't know that there's another gang. There's one of the biggest gangs in LA, besides the LAPD. The Hoovers from Houston. And they actually sport the Houston Astros logo and hat. They're Crips. So they let Crips and gangbangers and thieves, like the Houston cheaters. Houston, we have a problem. We didn't go to the moon, or we didn't, freaking leave the flat earth. You fucking liars. But anyway, I'm pissed because the Houston Astros beat the Dodgers, and I'm more pissed at their management because they should have just started Kershaw instead. But that's a lot of sports, isn't it, Jaja? I have a co-host. Her name's Jaja. She raps.
I didn't know. I didn't hear you play Turning Your Weapon.
Oh my God! Yeah, you know what? Get out of here. Yeah, that's the inside baseball. I have to play her music 24/7. Look, I'm pissed. It was bad enough that she wouldn't shut up during the World Series, and then they lost. So now you know how I feel, right? I should have chainsawed the freaking Dodger management with the terrible management. I mean, really starting Darvish? You gotta be fucking kidding me, man. I mean, that was just unbelievable. But I mean, there's always next year, right? But yeah, sports. Don't look the other way because I got some blue pills for you because. Yeah, if you go outside in Manhattan, it's dangerous. They got Home Depot, freaking jihadis driving Home Depot trucks. Not Gadsden trucks, with the Gadsden flag on the truck. But Home Depot trucks running people over. Okay, it's unbelievable now. Now they're going to ban your truck. That was the trick or treat during the holiday. The Halloween holiday. Okay, they had a trick or treat. They had some CIA asshole running around with a paintball gun and a BB gun, and driving around, running amok in a Home Depot truck. Now they did this to just divert from the Las Vegas hoax, and that narrative's falling all over the place. It's unraveling. I mean, the guard, the Mandalay guard, he was no guard. He didn't even have a guard card. Okay, he didn't have any of the proper credentials to work at a casino, a gaming license, nothing. And while we were watching the baseball game, all butthurt because the Dodgers lost, they were running psyops in Walmart in Colorado. Oh, really? It's just psyop central. It's gotten to the point where they can hire crisis actors right off of fucking Craigslist to do this shit. Meanwhile, the American people have to shoulder all the blame. The American people are literally sitting there in a coma, okay, as these blood-sucking socialists just plan to kill us all. Now, we could wake up tomorrow and they could be taking us to the FEMA camp, but I'm pissed because the Dodgers lost, period. So, I mean, they're gonna take me to the FEMA camp kicking and screaming because, they're gonna have Vin Scully go out there and try to throw the first pitch and they can't even win it at Dodger Stadium. I mean, seriously, that's like the fucking Vatican of baseball. And they let the Houston gangsters just win it there. He's stealing signs. Or they were stealing signs during the Yankees game. Oh, I'm just so pissed. Back to the fake news, the fake guns in Las Vegas. This is just FBI manufactured terror from Craigslist crisis actors that they can hire right off of Craigslist. Okay? That's all they're doing. Hey, the Jesuits, they created that whole taking a knee thing because they're good on their knees. That's what people are dressing up as for Halloween. They're dressing up as Colin Kaepernick. They're like putting shit all over their face and a pubic hair afro and holding out a little like bum sign. So I'm good on my knees. Right? They created that whole taking a knee scandal so that you wouldn't have any future Tim Tebow's going out there praying on the field. They didn't want that anymore, right? No, because they hate God or, whatever you think is God. Right? But all the while, I mean, just like the Astros stole the World Series, Hillary Clinton is literally stealing and funneling all sorts of money, laundering all sorts of money. I mean, the Dems are scurrying like rats because the light is being shined on all their darkest crimes. And these uranium deals. And seriously, she made how much? Like $145 million from this uranium deals went to Russia. From Russia went to the Clinton Foundation from Russia. Okay, I'm telling you folks, if the news is hoax, okay, I expose it. And this is not hoax news. I mean, now the Democrats have a Russian problem. Okay, so you have to turn off the fake news, turn off the CNN, and turn on America by turning on shows like mine, the Bruce Montalvo Show, which you can now listen on iHeartRadio, on Stitcher.com, on iHeartRadio. Be sure to catch the podcast there. We're on TalkStream Live. And, you just can't believe the news today at all. Because it's all fake. I don't want to make any excuses for the Dodgers either. Because they had this rookie out there go out there and, strike out 30 fucking times. 30 or 40 times. I don't know. You set, an all-time record for striking out. So, I don't know. At least that Darvish guy apologized for losing the big game. But going back to the whole Las Vegas thing, the whole thing's unraveling. Okay, the guy Campos had no guard card, and now one of Jason Aldean's lawyers, he's dead, and then people who survived the so-called Vegas shooting are now having their cars explode. They're getting car bombed. So it's crazy. It's a psyop a minute. A psyop, every 3 days is a psyop. Makes you forget about the other psyop that they just psyop. That's what they're doing. It's deplorable. Make you forget about all the millions and millions of dollars that the Clintons got from this Uranium One thing. It's like Star Wars, man. It's like, the Phantom Menace. That's what Clinton is. She's like freaking just menacing, evil freaking Sith Lord that is literally funneling all sorts of big money, black budget freaking deals behind the American people's back. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. She's not at the top of it, though, but there are others. They're shining the light on her little rat crimes to evade themselves from, scrutiny. It's their plausible deniability. Okay, but Hillary is a mistress of mayhem. Okay, they want to yell and scream. Okay, when it's not racist, it's Russia, Russia, Russia. When it's them that are making millions and millions and millions off of Russia and uranium. I remember some blowjob hack that just got out of jail that was telling everybody about this Uranium One thing. Shout out to Pete, right? The guy, that's all just Pete from jail. That's right. He was telling everybody that yeah, Clinton had all these uranium deals. Nobody even batted an eye. Nobody gave this motherfucker any credit. But I heard it. He said it. That's the first time I heard Uranium 1 and Clinton was from this dude, Pete from jail, that was hanging out with a bunch of blowjob hacks. And now he's out of jail. Whatever. Good for you. Nobody should be NDA'd for that long. But that's why, you probably knew some things. But like I'm saying, look, all these crisis actors, they could hire them on Craigslist. Whether it's Las Vegas or Manhattan or whatever. I mean, these shows, they got dial 1-800-DIAL-FBI on speed dial. Because they are working for the FBI. Okay? And if this latest Halloween taught us anything, it taught us the same old lessons that socialism just doesn't pay. I mean, you're going to go out there and you're going to trick or treat, and then you're going to give half of your candy away to some kid that didn't trick or treat. No, but you have to give him your candy. No, see, it doesn't work. So you go out, you trick or treat, you get the candy. You don't have to give it to anybody else. It's yours. You earned it. But not in places like Venezuela. See, everybody else is starving. They don't have any food. They kill each other for an empanada. But the socialist dictator scum, he's got empanadas like in his drawer, and while he's like yelling at them, being a fascist, totalitarian, he's like eating an empanada, like a fat fuck. Well, so that's who the Hillary, the mistress of mayhem, hangs out with. People like this. That crazy Hillary who only wants rules so that she can break them. We obey them and she can break them. Meanwhile, nobody's saying a damn thing about the directed energy weapons they used to burn down half of California. And now all of Houston, even though they're underwater, there's people like lying dead, freaking corpses floating on the water. All the dirty freaking water in Houston. And they don't care. Their baseball team won. The directed energy weapons they use have the same effect as the chemtrails. I mean, they're just silent weapons. But you don't care. You're watching the game. That's the thing. See, fake news is like terrorism now. Okay? They will send law enforcement over to your house over a tweet. Okay? Meanwhile, you can't say anything about, anti-black, anti-Muslim, anti-Mexican, anti-LGBT, anti-freaking, yarmulke, anti-anything, because all these groups are like together to destroy any type of free speech that Americans, hold dear. Whatever it is. They just want to bring down American free speech. Meanwhile, they don't even know what a yarmulke is. They're a bunch of Nazis themselves, and they all get triggered. See, those are trigger words for them. They say, "Oh my God, Russia! You're promoting a race war." Okay, and it's not racism. No. It's Soros and his Russian trolls. So we got to do something about that. Oh my God, the vile content. Oh, seriously, didn't you notice that Senate Intel Committee, they were grilling Google, Twitter, and Facebook, and then out of nowhere, they're getting grilled, and then they have this Manhattan bullshit attack with the BB guns. And the guy that's like working for Black Ops, probably mind-controlled ninny. No, seriously, Facebook has like 5 million advertisers. How do they know who's Russian? No, but everybody's Russian. You say anything, any criticism about Hillary, and it's Russian. You're a Russian troll. You're a Russian troll. But the sleeping giant has awakened, folks. We see it with the rise of President Trump. He wouldn't be there if Google didn't put him there, and the people that were Googling Donald Trump every minute didn't tell Google to elect Trump. That's how it works. And some people, they just have their heads so far up their butts, they can't see the light of day. Hey, they're jackasses. and that believe that Russia buying Facebook ads influenced the voters in the voters booth, in the election booth. Really? And the ballot. How does that even make sense when you literally, the Russians had to have had a TV screen in the ballot, but before you even wrote down freaking Donald Trump, they have to like have a ad brought to you by Facebook saying, "Oh, this ad brought to you by Russia. Vote Donald Trump. Hillary is an evil, diabolical woman." They didn't do that. When you went to go vote, they didn't have big screen TVs, little screen TVs in your little ballot box telling you not to vote Hillary. So Facebook and Russia, that had nothing to do with this. The stupidest poppycock I've ever heard in my life. And yeah, you have to be a jackass to believe that. Okay, so all you liberals that believe that Russia and Facebook and oh my God, just go kill yourselves already. Really. Do us all a favor. Go kill yourselves because you live in La La Land and you're idiots. Okay, and seriously, I mean, Facebook, they don't have the ability to know out of all the millions and billions of freaking advertisers that have, oh, that one's Russian. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And what is Facebook's purpose? To collect data, to sell it? That's their business model. Okay, they permit you to be targeted if you use Facebook and Twitter. So you got to be stupid enough. There's, oh, well, they violated my free speech. Really? Well, you signed up for them to violate your free speech. What do you expect? Just Silicon Valley companies, Google, Facebook, Twitter, censored free speech and news content, thus undermining our so-called democracy, how they like to put it. Right? Because they're a bunch of demon worshippers. Democracy. Seriously, the YouTube censorship, it's spanning from the YouTube TV, the push for YouTube to be this new television, the new form of television, taking the you out of YouTube. Literally, they're taking you out of YouTube thanks to Coca-Cola and Pepsi, who's now buying all the ads to keep any type of alternative or conspiracy theory. Or you heard John McCain the other day, we must fight all these cockamamie conspiracy theories. This evil fuck with like half a brain. They got lobotomized like 2 times already, still around. Seriously. They're monetizing the public's info, literally undermining the republic, totally creating a total spy grid, Facebook, Twitter, Google, and you want it. You want more of it. And they get away with freaking murder, these Facebook, Google, and Twitter. Okay? I don't give a shit. You take away my Twitter or whatever. I mean, you're going to say, oh, I'm fomenting hatred because I dare question the grand, great Google, Facebook, and Twitter. Okay? They hate that the internet is anonymous. They hate that you could go on the internet and tell Jake Tapper to go eat a fat dick. Okay, they hate that because basically they want you to have an internet ID. And it's just, it's gotten to the point where CNN is just laughable. So laughable. I can laugh at these guys until my sides split. Because whether it's a hoax or not, whether the CIA, Black Ops, Blackwater did it or not, I mean, it's a trick or treat. The guy, I didn't see any footage. Okay, they got just the Home Depot truck slammed out there. And they don't show you any footage of Las Vegas. Meanwhile, those are like casino cameras all over the place. Where's the footage? Meanwhile, Jake Tapper, it's got so funny, so nutty. Fake news, CNN. They're literally saying Allah Akbar is a beautiful phrase after, on paper, this guy with the Home Depot truck, not the Trump freaking Gadsden flag truck, was mowing down little freaking New Yorkers, or trying to mow down little kids, little New Yorkers, or just citizens. Jake Tapper goes on CNN and says that Allah Akbar is a beautiful phrase. Believe this shit? These people are just retarded. They're nutty beyond recognition.
I'm just getting an update now. The FBI is taking over this case because it appears now that this is terrorism.
The Arabic chant, Allah Akbar, God is great, sometimes said under the most beautiful of circumstances, and too often we hear of it being said in moments like this. General Clapper, when you were Director of National Intelligence, you
could be a video, kind of a martyrdom video, so-called, which is what we saw in, I think, in the Charlie Hebdo attacks. If memory serves me, there were some. In some of the attacks in Europe that we've seen, there had been that.
I was just going to say that if he did make contact with ISIS, they will have instructed him not to just leave a note, right? They want a martyrdom video. They want.
Unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. Jake Tapper and all the idiots at CNN. I mean, they pick a good time to say that, oh, the phrase Allah Akbar is beautiful at times. Really? It's beautiful at times. You know what would be even more beautiful, Jake Tapper? If I just walked up to you in wherever you broadcast from and just punched you in the fucking nose. And then watch the blood gush down your fake news fucking nose, Jake Tapper, because you're a piece of shit. Really? Allah Akbar? Really? Allah? Go join them. Go join them. They'll throw you. You know what, Jake Tapper? They'll throw you off a roof so fast. Okay? Southern news. Yo, things are getting really kinky and like downright like XXX on Delta Airlines. Okay, so if you want to get, some oral on Delta Airlines, I mean, they're letting it happen. Look at the Delta flyers caught in sex act will likely avoid criminal charges. A lusty couple who joined the Mile High Club. Really? They still let you join that club? Oh, you know what? I wonder if they let me join the Flat Earth Club. You take a level up there and try to see if the Earth is level from the plane while you're getting a BJ. So there you go. It's multitasking. Look at that. Delta flyers are going to avoid criminal charges. I mean, wow, these people are just like some like Illuminati like group sex people just doing it out in the middle of like, and there's kids running around and the old ladies, rabbis in the plane, he's just over there letting this broad just dome him up. I don't know. I don't want to get your glasses steamy wherever you're from. What do you think of Delta Airlines?
They got in trouble for that, Bruce. They
you're finally going to decide to join me here. Come sit down
partly.
because your tits look great in that shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. So come here, join me. I'm talking about a very tantalizing, very super tantalizing topic here: titties and blowjobs on Delta Airlines.
Mm-hmm. I did that before.
Yeah, with me.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're a hoe. You joined the Mile High Club without me?
Yeah, that's funny stuff.
Delta.
They got caught, though. They got spy cameras.
Good times on Delta Airlines, huh? You can just go up there and get a BJ from a cougar.
Really?
That's what it was. It was a cougar. She was like giving this young dude a BJ. That was the story right there. Lusty couple who joined the Mile High Club, board a Delta flight. They're not going to get any charges. So that means that, Jaja, we should go on Delta now, and then we could do something strange for a piece of change on the Delta airline, and then nothing will happen.
Bruce, something does happen. They got arrested.
Oh, they got arrested.
Duh.
Oh, duh. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was Jaja for a while. Yeah, she comes in and out. Whenever I don't chainsaw her to death for not letting me watch the Dodgers game, which they lost. I could have managed that game a lot better. I mean, for one, I wouldn't have put Darvish in there. I mean, you already heard that he couldn't throw a slider. The game ball, he couldn't throw the slider with the World Series game ball. It was too slippery. So why'd they put him in there? There's a fucking mafia. I figured the mafia would let the Dodgers win because they're from Brooklyn, right? I mean, all the mafia wops and guineas. Well, they didn't have it that way. They let the fucking stealing Astros or stealing fastballs and every ball freaking win the stinking World Series that was rigged. It was rigged. It was worse. They lost it right there at Dodger Stadium. You believe these assholes just losing the game in the holiest of holies, Dodger Stadium? So, I mean, I went at it. I was tweeting away. I said, hey, you let down the fans. You let down Fernando. You let down Sandy. You let down everybody. That's probably what they want. They want Dodger fans to go kill themselves. Go the Dodger blue. They're making them blue. Making everybody blue right now. Making me remember what my grandma told me. Anyway. Yep. Oh, well. The Dodgers didn't protest the national anthem. That's for sure. But how about them Raiders, huh? Now they're tackling their white QB because he's not kneeling. So first they were letting him get hit by the other team's freaking defensive line. They're creating openings and letting him get hit, and they almost broke his back. Now, because he's white, the Raider QB is getting like beat up by his black freaking teammates. That's the kind of NFL you live in, you know? What are you going to do? And if you feel like the power of Trump is dwindling, I mean, he's modern day presidential. I mean, he's gone after these freaking commie snowflake football players via Twitter wars. I mean, talk about modern day presidential. Well, Twitter didn't like that. You know what they did? For 11 minutes, okay, Trump's Twitter was out. Okay, and now it's prompting investigations. President Trump's Twitter account was briefly deactivated on Thursday. You believe that? Trump's waging such an epic war on these snowflakes that they had to deactivate his Twitter. It's crazy. But you really want to get crazy. How about cosmic rays and particles revealing secret chambers in the pyramids of Giza? Okay, now I'm going to get esoteric with you folks. The pyramids of Giza, Egypt, revealing secret chambers using particle physics. Scientists find hidden structures inside Egypt. A huge secret chamber has been discovered in the Great Pyramid of ancient Egypt. That's in Giza, the pyramids of Giza. And this is proving that, I mean, what is it, like the command center on how to fly these freaking pyramids to another dimension? Here in the Bible, the Nephilim, okay, the sons of God, could have been these giants, the giants of Egypt. Okay, those could have been the chambers where these giants, you know, were in these secret chambers for these giants. See, the Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward when the sons of God came into the daughters of man and they bore children to them. These were the mighty men who were of old, men of renown. You know that from Genesis 6:4 through 1. It's a pretty epic revelation right there. These giant pyramids have these secret chambers within them. And I remember Jordan Maxwell telling me that the only way to get inside the pyramid was from the very top. So, I mean, they're finally deciding to let these discoveries out of these secret chambers. They've probably known about these secret chambers for quite some time, but it's quite a revelation nonetheless. Secret chambers from cosmic particle rays revealing secret chambers in Egypt. So that's huge. That's huge, epic, freaking huge news, and yeah, it's pretty crazy, folks. It's getting crazy. Speaking of crazy, you have Hillary Clinton now wanting to go after her old partner, Brazil, or Donna, whatever the hell, Brazil, saying that she's going to go full freaking Jack Nicholson in The Shining on her. Try to hit her with an axe now because the former DNC head says Hillary rigged the primary against Hillary. She rigged it all. Remember how they were saying she got the questions to the debate? early on. Well, it's been confirmed now. So there you have it, folks. It's been confirmed. So expect this Brazil woman to wind up freaking 6 feet under pretty soon. She's gonna be on that Hillary Clinton kill list, no doubt about it. Yeah, but isn't it crazy they could just shut down the president's Twitter? I mean, just because he's kicking these little snowflakes' asses in the NFL, nobody's going to their game. You see the stands are like totally empty. Nobody's going to these freaking games at all. And it's funny. And I mean, it's crazy. All the time it's just they want to hate Trump when Trump, seriously, he's got to bring a wrecking ball to DC with him and finish the job that he said. Okay, they gotta bring a wrecking ball to the District of Criminals because, like I was saying, they hate the internet. They want you to have an internet ID, and soon you're not gonna be able to use the internet without an internet ID if we leave it up to Facebook, Twitter, and Google. I mean, Twitter, Facebook, and Google. I mean, they're liberals, little bitches. They really are. I mean, they're like, you seen them at that Intel committee when the Senate was grilling these guys. They were like, oh, we'll do anything you say, anything to censor free speech. Well, you can see it. Meanwhile, they're trying to pass off this bloodbath in Manhattan. The trick or treat with BB guns. The guy is in a hospital right now saying he wants his ISIS flag and his health care, and he's laughing about how many little kids he wanted to kill. I mean, seriously? Where did the CIA dig this guy up? I mean, his name, I don't even know this freaking Manhattan guy's name. It's just a hoax, man. Everything's a hoax. I mean, they're using freaking fake guns to take away your real guns. Okay, and soon they want to close the border down and they want to make you a prisoner in your own fucking home. Okay, I don't care if you close the border down for the Mexicans. Okay, that's what the border's there for. But, I mean, Americans better have, like, easy access, like Homer Simpson in that one episode where he's, like, in Mexico 1 second, then he's in Canada 1 second, then he's in Mexico 1 second. Or I forgot what episode he was. I mean, Canada wouldn't punch him. He was, like, jumping on a border and he got punched. I don't think it was Canada because Canadians are pussies. But, don't you smell it, folks? I mean, sniff in the air. That's the sour, sweet winds of tyranny. They're coming to a theater near you. Okay, Hillary is castigating America because she lost, fair and square. Okay, again, you don't see the Dodgers want to redo Game 7, right? No, they lost. Okay, despite all the cheating and the thievery. I mean, but this time, I mean, sometimes the cheaters and the thieves win, but depends how big your wallet is. Okay, the Dodgers probably didn't want to go over the salary cap, so they couldn't afford to win the World Series. So they gave it to the fucking cheating Astros instead. Well, that's what's going on. Hillary's castigating America because she lost with all this Russia bullshit, and it's backfiring on her. And it's this Uranium 1 scandal. That's she redo Star Wars. Call it Uranium 1 instead of Rogue One because the Rogue One won. Trump was the one that went rogue. And there's a street artist that's doing all this Rogue One because it's a culture war. And that's exactly what they're doing. They took the imagery of Star Wars and put Trump's face and Hillary's face on the Rogue One poster. And they even have that butt haircut guy, Sean Hannity, with the freaking stormtrooper outfit. I mean, it's hilarious. We need more pro-Trump street artists to combat the libtard ones. Okay, because there's a lot of libtards out there that believe that Russia interfered in the election, but believing's not knowing. Okay, you need to have intel that they did it, and there is no intel. And Hillary paid for all these fake intel dossiers. Now she's acting like she doesn't know anything about it. She's just a front woman for the Soros cabal, and then he's a front man for the Nazis that run the whole damn joint. I mean, you want to talk about the real Nazis, or you go back to World War II. I mean, these guys, they never lost. They went to South America and they were hanging out in white t-shirts and having coconut drinks with little fucking umbrellas in them. They didn't lose. Okay, all the crisis actors you see getting gigs today, who do you think's hiring them? The Nazis of yesterday, man, that run the whole fucking joint. Okay? They're killing crisis actors from Vegas. They blew their cars up in Riverside the other day. Unbelievable. Like Michael Hastings, remember? Remember that guy? I covered that. Anyway, what do you want me to teach, folks? What do you want me to teach the kids except about Bigfoot and aliens, huh? You speak out or you get involved in this crisis actor stuff and, just don't answer the ad if you want to be a crisis actor, because you'll end up freaking whacked by these people or watched for the rest of your life, or they'll fake that they whacked you just to get rid of you. I mean, it's a dirty, dirty freaking psyop that we're under. And it doesn't stop. They're going to keep saturating the public's consciousness with psyops, until we give in 100% to their tyranny. Until they give up the guns, until they give up, the freedoms. And yeah. Just look at the other day. You didn't even know they're freaking trying to, if you're angry or rude, they're trying to say that if you're angry or rude, now you're going to get watched as a potential Walmart shooter, right? Neighbors say that Walmart shooter was often angry and rude. Well, then that could be anybody. So you see how this fake news narrative is setting it up to, we have this total Big Brother police state. 2 killed, 1 injured in shooting inside Colorado Walmart. Okay, this guy looks like they got him straight out of the freaking loony bin in the CIA. I mean, it's ridiculous. Husband and wife who survived Las Vegas shooting die in car crash. A lawyer for Las Vegas Route 91 Music Festival, Orville Alman, death. He's dead, and this is a lawyer for Jason Aldean. So it's all unraveling. It's all collapsing. I mean, they can't keep their narrative straight. The FBI is like all over the sheriff of Vegas. They can't keep their story straight. I mean, there was no puddles of blood. There was no bullet holes on anything. It was just fake guns and machine gun sound effects. So there you have it. And they rigged the World Series. I'm going to say it again, okay? Look at this Houston Chronicle tweet. It says here, Harvey dropped 51 inches, so the Houston Astros dropped the Los Angeles Dodgers 5-1. So that's what they want. They want a feel-good people story. The MLB cocksuckers wanted to give it to Houston because of the hurricane. So they have that hurricane strong. Everything is strong. Vegas strong. Houston strong. So now people are forgetting about the hurricane, even though they see people floating, in the street, dead, rotting carcasses. They don't care because their Astros won. So their team's going back to celebrate to what? To a bunch of flooded, swamped, freaking dead people lying all over the place? It's unbelievable. And one of the Dodgers sluggers, just to prove that there's gangs involved, okay, that the Houston Astros, a bunch of gangsters, gangbangers, wear that hat in L.A., and they vandalized one of the sluggers of the Dodgers' home. As he was playing in Game 7, as he lost Game 7, okay, he was having his home burglarized. It was probably by the Cubans, the communists, that want him back in the country. This is Puig. He's having his home burglarized. And, it really just made me sick to my stomach seeing the Astros celebrate on Dodger Stadium. So terrible. I mean, the worst management ever. I mean, why didn't they start Kershaw instead? Okay, it's unbelievable. So they pulled that Ed Gillespie Republican shock video. They finally pulled it because it was kind of like the predictive programming for what happened in Manhattan the next day. But it was only on paper, it was a crazy Arab wanting to kill Americans, not a Confederate flag Republican in a truck. So there you go. So they pulled that ad because eventually they just want to take your fucking truck. You know, they don't want to have Americans driving their trucks anymore because they'll use them for terror, right? They took my truck, motherfucking truck. NWO just took my truck. And they're gonna start writing songs, country songs, yeah. So, like I said, the only way Russia could have influenced the election is if they had TV screens playing pro-Trump ads in the ballot box. Okay, I said it, I tweeted it, and it makes sense, doesn't it? And again, they're trying to create this atmosphere where you are a troll. If you create a troll account, you're a terrorist. If you create a troll profile, you're a terrorist, according to Facebook and Twitter. And again, what a coincidence, right? As Google, Twitter, and Facebook are getting grilled on the Senate floor, we have a terror attack on NYC. Oh, 6 dead. Others hurt after motorist drives his Home Depot rental truck into New York bike path. So now they don't want gun control. They want Home Depot rental truck control. Just don't rent them to freaking Arabs with beards. Or if a guy looks like he has a bunch of pubic hair on his face, don't rent him a fucking truck. Okay, how about that? Alright? In the end, this is just stage. This guy's working for the freaking... for the black ops, man. Seriously, New York terrorists pledge allegiance to ISIS. Right, shooting BB guns. That's what he was shooting, BB guns. What evidence do you have that he was shooting real guns? There's no sound, there's no bullet holes, and if there is, they're not showing you. Okay, so, again, bloodbath in downtown NYC. I don't see any blood, I just see a Home Depot truck without any Mexicans in it. Okay? So you have to be a twit, really, to believe this. These hoaxes they're coming up with. And you have to be a twit to believe that Russia affected the election. When it's Hillary making millions and millions of dollars off of Uranium 1. Okay? And then they want to blame liberal RT for causing Hillary to lose the election, the presidency. Really? Well, that's rich. That's rich. A liberal RT. Who made them lose the election? Tom Hartman? That asshole? Really? Hey, Twitter. I verify objectively that Hillary Clinton was the worst candidate for the president of American history. Huh? It had nothing to do with Russia, Twitter. In American history, for president, she was the worst candidate ever. Okay? You know what else? You see her husband, that creep, and the other creepo, Kevin Spacey, they're BFFs. Hey, that should tell you something right there, right? At the heart of pedogate, you have Kevin Spacey and Bill Clinton hugging and, accepting awards together. They're BFFs. They probably have the little BFF chain. One guy has the heart and the other guy has the other half of the heart. They're BFFs. Oh, look, Kevin Spacey was flying on the Lolita Express with Bill Clinton. But he doesn't know. He doesn't know if he was gay, if he was drunk. He doesn't remember that. He doesn't remember they had pizza. It was all part of pedogate, and it's all unraveling. Okay, you have these idiots. They want to say, oh no, Stephen Colbert, that's my favorite food. It has nothing to do with pedophiles. Yeah, sure. Meanwhile, you have Donatello from the Ninja Turtles who grew up eating pizza telling you that Hollywood is filled with satanic pedophiles. Okay? Unbelievable. Well, Trump at the end of the day, I think he is trying to go after the pedophiles. I mean, he's a nice guy. I mean, you see how he was giving out the kids, the Halloween candy. He dressed up the White House. You had little witches there. He even saw himself and one of the trick-or-treaters. Darth Vader was there. Batman was there. He's not Darth Vader, but whatever. Or maybe he is. Maybe he's the chosen one to defeat the Emperor. You don't know, but he's just a nice guy. I think in the history, you see how the First Lady, she's being so nice to the trick-or-treaters. I think in the history of the First Lady, You also have one of the prettiest first ladies also. Jackie Onassis being now number 2. Because you have some of the ugliest first ladies ever. So it's just a good look for Trump. Really, he really knows how to like look good. Okay, he's looking good with the kids, giving them the candy. And really, if you look at some of the first ladies, they're so ugly. Like Barbara Bush, like, ugh, ugh. You just want to fucking puke. Right? You imagine her giving Halloween candy to the kids? I mean, you can't, because it's like Jabba the Hutt giving out candy. It's disgusting. But yeah, if you see the lock her up chant, the Russian collusion investigation, it only led to Paul Manafort, one of Trump's guys, working with Hillary and the Podesta brother. So you see, Hillary's like, they're like scanning her with Geiger counters, and she's like radiating of uranium-1. She's like glowing with it. Okay, so in the end, if they do make Manafort squeal like a pig, it's a good thing because it's going to lead to Hillary and Podesta. So it's just like this cartoon illustration of, the Russian toys where you keep pulling one out of the other, where, well, they're getting to the last Russian Putin doll, and under that one is Hillary and the freaking Democrats really hiding like rats. Okay? Because really, since when has Facebook mattered during an election? Okay, so Russia my ass. It was crooked Hillary Clinton who lost, so deal with it. Her next book should be I'm a Loser and a Crybaby. Deal with it. No, but really, Facebook is really serious. I want to say up to 126 million people saw Russian-planted posts. Big fucking whoop. It had nothing to do with them and their pencil typing Donald Trump. That was 63 million people that used their pencil in the ballot box to have Trump win. So you people are just full of it. Really. I mean, you'll defend Kevin Spacey, even though Seth MacFarlane knew and had the baby, Stewie Griffin, run around screaming that Kevin Spacey tried to rape him in his basement. Okay? All this is happening as Manafort is, squealing that he was working with Hillary and the Podestas. You have Tony Podesta resigning from the Podesta group. So all the top pieces of shit are starting to feel the devil bite their ass. It's getting serious here. It's getting down to the nitty gritty, folks. And if you want to follow the show, just follow us, like us on Facebook. That's the Bruce Montalvo Show, at the Bruce Montalvo Show, and follow me on Twitter at the Bruce Montalvo Show. That's just at Bruce Montalvo. And at the Bruce Montalvo Show on Facebook, click like. So at Bruce Montalvo on Twitter, at Bruce Montalvo Show on Facebook, click like. And going back to those Kennedy files, they didn't find anything in those Kennedy files. Well, what'd they find? That some guy shot Kennedy from the front. How'd they shoot Kennedy from the front if there was no blood spewing out of the neck when he got shot? And at first I thought Onassis did it, but nah. She should have been filled with blood, like dripping blood, gushing blood. I mean, her dress was too pink. So they're not letting us know anything. At the end of the day, what if they killed the body double? What if they didn't? What if they had a guy in the storm drain? They probably didn't. So they're not going to tell you anything because JFK probably faked his death. More than likely, he faked his fucking death, and he just died like a month ago, so now they're trying to bring out some bullshit files to dilute the fact that he faked his death. That's all. That's all. What? You want me to read this? The clearly showing 2 persons were involved. Yeah, sure. Isn't it like a triangulation of crossfire? So you had, diversionary shots from the grassy knoll and then on the bridge and so on. So it's just so much mumbo jumbo. And now everyone is admitting. Soon they're gonna admit there was 2 shooters, but they'll never admit Kennedy faked his death. But what they are admitting now is that Clinton colluded with Russia and not Donald Trump. And not Donald Trump. So the only thing that the liberals can do is just plan to scream helplessly into the sky. That's what they did on the election anniversary. They were screaming helplessly into the sky. Just a bunch of freaking retards, if you ask me. Just talk about stupid. And if you don't believe me that a gang really won the World Series last night, just Google it up. Google Hoover Crips, Houston. You see, it's Hoover criminals. These Houston Crips that made LA their freaking safe haven, man. They wear the orange. Okay, they're running around killing people, selling drugs. Bunch of Crips. Speaking of Crips, Snoop wants to make America Crip again. A washed up, old, like, whore of a rapper. Like, really, just a washed up clown buying into the Trump derangement syndrome just so he could be relevant one last time. I mean, the guy wasn't relevant since he was dancing by Randy's Donuts on top of that giant donut. Seriously, since he was getting chased by dogs or turning into a dog. Really, he's just dog shit. Snoop Doggy Dogg. And his new album cover has Donald Trump laid out like a corpse with a toe tag that says Trump. The American flag draped over a dead body, so it means he wants America to die. And he says, make America Crip again. You know, I think the guy from Breaking Bad should pay Snoop Dogg a visit. Because what he says is, fuck you if any of you want to see Donald Trump fail. They should send that guy, Walter White, to go make Snoop Dogg his bitch. Because, really, I mean, like, you see Snoop Dogg crying. He's got, like, a little teardrop. He's got, like, a purple do-rag. I mean, what happened to this guy? I mean, I thought he was, like, a gangster. I guess Eazy-E was right. There's a studio gangster, a little freaking doggy dog sucking on some doggy dick. That's what Snoop Dogg, I mean, he used to just retire. Really, I mean, his music's just as fruity as his nephew, Bow Wow. I mean, it's just awful. Now they're giving him shows. Giving him shows on TV. I mean, really? Ugh. I want to see your old ass on TV again? It's not doggy fizzle television anymore, Snoop. And nobody wants to see you on TV. Especially if you're putting toe tags on Donald Trump. But who knows? Trump probably put him up to it. Right? How else is he getting away with it? How else haven't the Secret Service shown up to Snoop Dogg's gated community because he doesn't live in the hood anymore because he's a fucking phony? How else did the Secret Service show up to his doggy dog little freaking crib? Huh? He's probably in on it. He's working propaganda. Oh, hey, why don't you come out and say you really hate me, Snoop Doggy doo-doo. Whatever. You know, still, it's unbelievable how Hoax News, okay, Reptilian News, Fox News has that idiot, Greg Buttsmell, has this giant, big, fat, obese freaking freak that works security for Snoop Dogg, and they're supposed to be like a conservative show, but this fat oaf, Thyroid, or freaking Tyrus, is right there, like, literally just, like, promoting Snoop, and everything is cool about Snoop, and he literally just, like, has his nose up Snoop's ass. Like, you can't say anything bad about Snoop. He's like God. But he's on a pro-Trump show, supposedly. I mean, he's just a freaking Snoop Dogg plant. I don't know. Maybe Snoop Dogg is for real. Maybe he bought into the Trump derangement and he's really a genuine threat, and the Secret Service should go to Snoop Dogg's house right now, break the door down, and bust his head open. How about that? For already threatening Donald Trump, like, twice to kill him. But he pointed a gun at him once, and now he has him dead on another album cover. I mean, they're going to say, oh, it's artistic expression. Oh, he could kill the president as many times. Oh, look what happened to Marilyn Manson. Supposedly he killed Trump in a music video, and then a huge, giant prop of a gun fell on him and, like, incapacitated him for, like, I don't know how long. Yeah, folks, these people are never going to learn. The Trump derangement syndrome is running wild. Everybody hates Trump. Your grandma hates Trump. Everybody. Even Snoop Dogg hates Trump. I mean, really? Who really cares what a washed up, little purple do-rag wearing boule motherfucker says about Trump? At the end of the day, he's probably for real, man. I mean, Trump's the one that wants to restore America. So if you want America to go the way of the freaking Weimar Republic, it's the socialists were Nazis. How about that? You're crying over a democratic socialist. The socialists were Nazi. Like I said, we're sitting here in a coma, letting all these blood-sucking vampires, suck America dry. And you're sitting there staring at the TV, buying all the FBI manufactured bullshit, all the Craigslist crisis actors, all of it. You're buying all of it. You're not questioning any of it, right? It's crazy, folks. Anyway, this show exposes it all. You hear me every week. If it's hoax, I expose it. And I wouldn't be able to do it without you and your support. And please be sure to shop with us and buy some of our high-quality, one-of-a-kind jewelry at Conceptual Subculture, at Antique Obsessions. One-of-a-kind jewelry, handmade, sterling silver 925 jewelry, earrings, copper bracelets, you name it, we have it. We haven't gone up to gold yet, but right now we have precious metals such as sterling silver, gold. Sterling silver and copper. Earrings, cuffs, bracelets, necklaces, pendants. Jaja's even coming up with a clothing line. She'll talk about it soon on the show, I suppose. And if you want to shop with us, you want to support the Bruce Montalvo Show, you could help us by shopping at our stores at Conceptual Subculture, at Antique Obsession. They're on Facebook, and that leads you to our Etsy stores, our eBay stores. But if you're on Facebook, just type in at Conceptual Subculture, at Antique Obsessions, and all the links are there to take you to our Etsy stores. You can type it in on Etsy as well, and it'll take you right there. And you send us a message. We'll if you say you listen to the show, we'll give you a discount. We'll help you out. And just shop with us. And the Christmas season's coming, and we're working like freaking Chinese elves in a Chinese sweatshop that Santa owns. So shop with us, support the show, support the Bruce Montalvo Show by shopping with us at Conceptual Subculture, at Antique Obsessions. Find us on Etsy, on eBay, and just beautiful, one-of-a-kind jewelry. Okay, you won't be the laughing stock. You will be the heart of the party. Okay, people will go up to you and be like, "Whoa, where did you get that? I want that." And you tell them, just go to Facebook at Antique Obsessions, at Conceptual Subculture, and that takes them directly to the Etsy eBay store. So help us out. Yeah, you won't be a laughing stock like our justice system, because that's what Trump said. He said our justice system is a laughing stock because look at this guy. He's saying they should give this asshole the trick or treat Home Depot truck attack. They should give him the chair. Well, if he's for real, yeah, give him the chair. Why not? Put him in a chair and let him sit in it. And don't wet the sponge. And then electrocute his ass. Yeah, no, really. Well, it's a laughing stock. Oh, they say, well, Trump didn't want to give the chair to the Las Vegas shooter. Well, should he? Well, that means that the Las Vegas shooter's still alive then, right? On paper, the Las Vegas shooter died. But people are saying that Trump's a racist because he only wants to give the chair to the guy from Manhattan. Really? The logic is so retarded, and it's more than a joke. It's a laughing stock. So I agree with Trump. It's a laughing stock, and this guy is literally bragging on paper. Okay, the CIA could have put him up to it, but this terrorist from Manhattan, and he's sitting there, with a tax-sponsored IV and the American taxpayer provided for doctors, and he wants an ISIS flag, and he's bragging about how many little girls he wanted to run over on Halloween in Manhattan. So, we've been at war with Islam since freaking like the 8th century, probably, right? I don't know, for a long time, I think. Forever. Yeah, those damn freaking Arabs, they just love getting their ass kicked. Since the 7th century. So, I mean, they got co-opted by Intel, by CIA Intel, rogue CIA Intel, and now you think it's Arab terrorism, but it's some white dudes with pubic hair beards. I don't know what it is, but you know what? I know it's fake. I know for sure it's a hoax. Okay? And nobody is going to tell me otherwise, because every other 3 days there's hoax and there's fake news. And it helps you forget about the other fake news. Like now, Las Vegas. So why are you talking about Las Vegas? That's like, what about Las Vegas? I'm not planning on going to play with any slots or sluts or get drunk, right? Really. So it's like, people totally forgot about Las Vegas. They don't care. It's not cool anymore, okay? Because the PSYOP's over now. You know, that's how PSYOPs work. They influence people. They get people riled up for 3 days, and then they go on and move on to the next thing. Even the baseball game was a PSYOP. Try to get you pissed off. I got so pissed off. I wanted to watch these guys win that, you know, I was like raving and ranting and telling my wife to shut up. Well, why did it matter? You know, they lost anyway. Right? And it was all rigged. Because they wanted a feel-good story. What did I said? Oh, sports isn't, people... Sports isn't about people. What I meant was, don't make it a people story of the whole Harvey and Houston thing. And I know people play sports and people go to sports, yes, but what I was trying to say was, don't make it a fucking people thing. Because from what I know, there's just people floating dead in Houston and nobody cares now. Now everybody's over there partying in freaking like floodwater for their baseball team. Meanwhile, their houses are all destroyed and you know, the government kept all their relief money. So, yeah, they have a World Series title, but they don't have a city. How about that? And another thing, the LAPD didn't want all the stupid Angelinos to destroy LA. Because anytime an LA team wins, they go and they tear the fucking city apart. I remember all the Laker freaking championships. They're like breaking buses, windows, and lighting trash cans on fire. I mean, LA doesn't react the right way to victories. They destroy their own city. They're like Rodney King it. You know, it's like, oh, we won! Let's burn everything! Yeah! It just says something, you know, the destructive nature of the bread and circus. I don't care. Look, I bleed Dodger blue. Like I said, my grandma was telling me, I was like pissed off because Hideo Nomo wasn't striking people out. And she said, hey, why are you getting so mad? It's rigged. It's all rigged. Now I see, it's all rigged. I mean, why'd they start that freaking Darvish? It was clear that Kershaw could have been the starter. Or why didn't they take him out after, he let 3 runs in the 3rd inning or whatever. It was 3-0. At least he didn't even give their team a chance. And what was worse was losing at home. I mean, oh man, I'm belly aching, I'm butthurt. Probably sound like a little bitch because my team lost. So I'm just gonna shut up. I gave you all the inside baseball already. I told you it was, the Hoover Criminals, not the Houston Astros. And that's another thing. Well, Houston Astros. Well, what are they? Hitting home runs and hitting them into deep space. No, they're not. No, they're not. But they hit so many home runs. They gave up so many home runs, they probably almost broke the firmament. Really? You want to talk about the inside baseball, the flat earth, right? Well, you have the yin-yang tells you it right there. The yin-yang is the sun and the moon hovering above the flat earth. That is your yin-yang symbolism. So it's not peace and love, dude. No, it's the flat earth. That's the yin-yang. It's the sun lighting up one side and then the dark side on the other. Or the moon, again, like we said, being the light, the reflection of the sun. Just look that up. That's what the true symbolism of the yin-yang is. That's right. But let's go back to the PSYOP that nobody wants to talk about. Las Vegas. Look at this. Campos, the security guard, the Mandalay security guard, he was no security guard. He had no gaming card. He couldn't work around casinos or slots. Right? He couldn't even work around the sluts. Okay, you need a gaming card. And he had no guard card. So, I mean, you could go and be a loss prevention guy at Ross without a guard card, but you can't work in a fucking casino. Now, I know, I worked about 10 to 12 years as a security guard in Southern California. So, I can tell you that without a guard card, you ain't working that type of job, Jack. Okay, so it's a hoax. You have that couple who survived Las Vegas shooting killed in a car crash weeks later. You see that? They probably just needed another identity change. And this lawyer, the Jason Aldean's lawyer, he probably never was a lawyer to begin with. He was just some agent, and then now they disappeared him because, hey, if he's still alive, they could have him go up to a trial, right? And then everything's going to be exposed to the public how it's phony, baloney, fake fucking news. Right? So the lawyer for Las Vegas, Jason Aldean's lawyer, was found dead. Really. I don't see any pictures or anything. Look, it's so fucking fake. When you see the iconic picture of the Las Vegas shooting, you see a guy actually taking a fucking knee. He's like, while the bullets are flying, the guy takes the time to take a knee. That's what, when I saw that picture, I knew not only was it like set up, the whole thing was set up, the picture set up, it was just a total, just cockamamie scheme. Alright? It's bullshit. It reeks of bullshit. It smells of bullshit. It is bullshit. Okay? And another thing, you know, I know I mentioned Pepe the Frog a lot, but there's a dark side to Pepe the Frog. That's why you see the alt-right meme. I bet you didn't know that Pepe the Frog is the other head of the Jabulon, the Masonic deity. Right. Pepe, they have a frog on there, right? Right? That's who the Order of Keck, it really is. It's just, it's a Masonic meme. The frog is Masonic. Yeah, but the frog is Masonic. And you're wondering why there's all this terror. And all these Democrats that are facilitating the terror, like the Schumer and his diversity program that is so diverse that it allows any sand monkey from Saddam Husseini to come over here and want to kill us. Right? I mean, the threats are real. I'm not saying that the events aren't real, but the threats are definitely real, and they do exist, and these people do want to come in here and kill us. Now, whether they get co-opted by the FBI, who's responsible for most of the manufactured terrorism in the United States, that's another story. But the threats are definitely real, and it all originates from one source. Okay, the Democrats who want these diversity, lotteries to bring in a lottery. It's not like a draft lottery to make your team better and win a championship. No, it's like a draft lottery of shit to infest America with crap, and people want to kill us. So it was all started by the Bushes, and then the Schumers latched onto it. Now Trump wants to get rid of it because that was the trick or treat. So they had this trick with this guy supposedly ramming people with his Home Depot truck, and now the treat was closing the door for all these assholes that were coming into this diversity freaking immigrant Chuck Schumer program. But again, the etymology of the terror, where does it come from? It comes from demos. That's demos. You cut that down, that's dem, that's Democrat, demos. Again, he's the epitome of terror. He's the personification of terror in Greek mythology. So there you have it. I know, I love Pepe the Frog too, but doesn't mean he's not his memetic magic isn't, representative of the Masons. No, he's a Mason, man. Pepe the Frog's a Mason. That exposed it. Not only are they making the frogs go queer and transgender, and they're turning the frogs into women, the male frogs into women, and the women frogs into men. From all the chemicals they're pumping in. You imagine you take a drink out of the tap water and you're drinking the same stuff that makes the frogs go fruity. And it's all because of the diabolical terror, okay, the Democrats that learned from the Nazis. They put fluoride in the water to freaking kill their people, kill their slaves. And you're their slave, they're going to kill you. It's on the back of your money. You look at the money, the Great Seal, the Cloak, the Mystery. The Jesuits are responsible for the Great Seal. And they run the entire stinking flat planet. And they rigged the World Series, damn it. And I'm pissed off. I'm really pissed off about that. But hey, there's always next year, right? Right. That being said, I am going to go and enjoy my weekend. I hope you will enjoy yours. And remember, shop with us. Visit us at our Etsy stores, our eBay stores, at Conceptual Subculture, at Antique Obsessions. And I'm not going to bellyache about the Dodgers anymore. I mean, that's the most baseball I've ever talked about. But, or sports, right? But how about this? There's a big fight coming up. Well, the title defense, actually. Heavyweight championship title. Rematch of Sturvane versus Wilder. So, I don't know. Sturvane looks like he got fat and out of shape. But he had a lot of promise, this guy, man. Great puncher. I saw him beat the crap out of Areola live. It was the first fight they had. Like, broke his nose. So he's a heavy puncher, but I think Wilder's just gonna slap him silly. So I'm gonna be watching that on the weekend, and gonna be watching the Watchers, see what else they do to us. I'm gonna be watching to see if one of these fucking pyramids just doesn't lift up from Egypt and just fly into the vast oceans of space above. Anyway, folks, you've been listening to The Bruce Montalvo Show. Follow us on Twitter at Bruce Montalvo. Like us on Facebook at The Bruce Montalvo Show. We're on iTunes. Like the show on iTunes. Listen to the podcast, Bruce Montalvo Show, on Stitcher. And we're also on TalkStream Live. So we're doing big things. We're on every Friday, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. We'll catch you back on Monday, 9 p.m. Mountain Time. Take it easy. And, don't be so blue over the Dodgers being blue. You know, you're blue. So, we're all blue. But, it was rigged, damn it. It was fucking rigged. What else you want me to say? So, I'm pissed. So now I'm going to go watch some boxing, watch some people get punched. See ya.
You're listening to MBN Montalvo Broadcasting Network.